All right, guys, it's Tim O'Connor, New York State Senate District candidate for New York State Senate District 51. We are the heart, the agricultural breadbasket, the Rust Belt of upstate New York. And my tagline, guys, the points I want to make, man. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It's courage to continue that counts. Guys, in Senate District 51 in our area, we teach that to our kids on a wrestling mat, man. We want them to know that no matter how hard you try, your win is only as good as your win, and it doesn't matter, but as long as you continue to keep going. That's what we're doing. We're spreading the word of liberty. And guys, I had an interesting, exciting couple of weeks. All right, that's why I haven't done a live by myself for a while. You guys probably saw me talk to Garrett Dumaine. You probably saw me talk to Emmy Dayton Liberty. Okay, you probably saw me give a little shout out to the Brazos County Libertarian Party in Texas. Guys, this concept, this notion of liberty is growing. All right. Some of you guys, a lot of you guys saw me talk to Ola Hawatma, and then you saw her talk to Larry Sharp. And the bottom line is we want her message out there. We want that discussion happening all the time. We want people to know what's going on in our areas. We want people to know what's going on in our districts, and we want people to know about the two-party system, guys. And we don't, as libertarians, stand against anyone or any person, guys. That's not who we are. That's not how we roll. But the concept of individual liberty is what's paramount to everyone. Okay. So that means respecting each other. That means realizing when we are not being served by our elected leaders. And guys, in New York State, that's happening every day, man. But the first thing that I see people are joining, so one of the biggest issues, guys, that I want to cover is this concept of growing our circles and how we have forced people into a reactive, not libertarians, not you guys in the lobby, okay? In which, check this out, the likes, the shares, the conversation, the questions. I don't care if you argue with each other. I don't care if you argue with me. I don't care if you doubt me, man. Put it in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer you because that's who I am and that's what I do, man. So where was I going? We're talking about the reactive mind, guys. We have a system that exists that does not serve, number one, individual liberty. Number two, it does not serve our humanity. That is the bottom line. Okay. You guys look at the news, it is deliberately crafted to make you angry because the mainstream media is desperate for your money. They're desperate for your clicks. They're desperate for your likes. They're desperate for you guys getting involved in arguing. And not you guys, not us guys, man. And not the people that join with me because they already know that that's what the mainstream media is doing. That's what the party operations are doing, man. They want us fighting over platitudes and stuff that does not make sense and keeps us angry and disagreeing over things that we don't need to be angry over because there's always solutions, guys. As libertarians, we know that individual liberty, individual rights, and human beings are at the center of our reality. They're at the center of what our government is supposed to serve. So, yeah, my brother, Emmy, I love it that you're out there, man. Because we battled. Why I liked Ola Hawatma, okay, was because she battled on the local front to attract attention from people that I know. I saw her in the barns of people that I graduated from high school with. I saw her in the businesses that are down the street from my house. That kind of politicking, that kind of interaction, that is what's going to make our country a better place. Now, would Ola and I align on every philosophical principle when it comes to governing? Not necessarily, guys, but that's also, as libertarians and as human beings, we don't have to align on every single thing. We have to make an agreement to make an agreement. And that, guys, is what our society is lacking. I see the Facebook posts. I see the arguing over COVID. I see the arguing over whether you should wear a mask or not. And guys, I get it, man. Again, we'll go to the fact that COVID is real. It's dangerous. It's But stop letting the news media terrorize you over misused statistics. Okay. That's something that's happening, and they're doing it to sell advertising, man. And guys, it's embarrassing. I'm not kidding, man. Throw some mean faces in there, guys, because that's also something that Facebook does, right? They get excited. They get excited by us arguing. They get us excited. The algorithm is taught to get excited by people arguing. They gets excited by people commenting. It's a strange phenomenon, but we can use it to our advantage. We can use it to grow media. We can use it to grow communication. And that, guys, is an amazing fact. We could punch a hole through the Facebook algorithm if you guys work with me, which you are, and we work together to, again, grow our media, man. Start a podcast, do something, invite me on, man. I'll come on. I'll talk to anybody, anytime, anywhere. I do it all day long. I tell people at the gas station that I'm running for Senate, and they stop and they have a conversation and they want to know who I am and what I am about. And guys, I love doing it, man. I'll have a conversation anytime, anywhere. It gets me an endorphin rush. Individual responsibility when it comes to COVID. Absolutely, guys. We have obligations to our fellow man to take care of them and hopefully help them be comfortable with who we are, man. The 80-20 rule. Emmy, brother, you know that, man. Me and you had a conversation lasted for an hour the other night. The 80-20 rule is absolutely important. And these things, we borrow them from other libertarians. We borrow them from Larry Sharpe. But if you agree with 80% of what I say, if you agree with 60% of what I say, I think 80 is too high. If you agree with 60% of what I say, you ought to think about voting for me, because I can help make effective change in upstate New York, period. Every American is libertarian. You know what? Let's talk about that for a second. And Ryan Bedford, man, I know who you are, and I appreciate you. And I appreciate your effort on behalf of liberty every day and growing our circle, guys. It's important. And Ryan does the fun work. This is fun for me, guys, by the way. I'm not even kidding. I enjoy doing this because I enjoy the attention, and I enjoy the fact that people are thinking about liberty. So how every American is libertarian, I'm not going to go that far, but I'll bet you we get to 60, 70% of people realize, if we have these conversations, guys, that the government has failed us and is failing us every day. That, especially in New York State, guys, this top-down organizational structure that we are looking at, that relies on stimulating your lizard mind, folks. The lizard, the fight or flight, the react or die kind of situation, man, that we get into these arguments that they present us with the news. And that, guys, if you have watched any of Cuomo's freaking news conferences, and you can like Cuomo if you want to, you can think that he's a good leader, you can think that he's made great decisions, but I can point to facts, all right? And the facts are real, and I'm not trying to out-talk you, and I'm not trying to outwork you, and I'm not trying to make you feel stupid, but he made awful, awful, awful decisions. He left the subways open. He put old people in nursing homes who had COVID. And one of the things that was obvious to every single person on the face of the planet who paid any attention at all to COVID was that it was an incredibly contagious disease. And before it hit the United States, people knew that old people were susceptible to it. They weren't sure why. We're sure why now, or at least libertarians are sure why now. And so we're advocating for you guys to stock up on vitamin D, to be ready to share it with your friends come September. Trust me, the news cycle in September and October is going to turn to vitamin D, because it is a scientifically established fact that vitamin D helps with COVID. It doesn't prevent COVID. It doesn't make you immune to COVID, okay? But it does help with the side effects of COVID, period. And it will help you be healthy regardless. Vitamin D, being an efficient provider of better health, is important. A good diet is important. These are things that we should be talking about. Thank you. You know what, Joe, meeting you through Emmy, you are on point, brother. And if you ever want to do a live with me or whatever, you let me know, because we can do it. I know you did a podcast, or you're going to do a podcast, or you've been doing a podcast, but the media wants outrage because it produces clicks. For literal millipennies, they will say the most obnoxious stuff to get attention. It's embarrassing to me as an American. My fellow Americans, that is embarrassing. And guys, our circle, we have to grow our circle by remaining better than that. And guys, I know I don't even like issuing directives like that to my friends, but sometimes this crosstalk politicking stuff that people like to do, and they go quote Google and stuff like that, it's not a conversation. You're trying to win a fight. That fight doesn't matter, man. What matters is recognizing that the world is filled with statists, which I'm swinging back to your point, bud. Okay. Swinging back, there's statists that believe that top-down organization, that listening to guys like Andrew Cuomo can save the world, can make it a better place, can prevent us from catching an airborne virus. And maybe it can, guys. If a store wants you to wear a mask, if a restaurant wants you to wear a mask, and we'll get to the restaurant thing too, guys. There's got to be better behavior there. Not guys, libertarians. I know you guys. If somebody wants you to wear a mask, you're going to wear the mask. I get that you don't want to, but there's this issue of private property. There's this issue of letting people stay in business, and what we are doing is respecting each other. The news media divides people by giving them their own viewpoint. Yes, Andrew, but I'm going to go one further. What they try to do, what they literally do, is craft the most divisive positions that they possibly can. When 3 years ago, somebody goes to Mount Rushmore on the 4th of July or whatever day it was to celebrate our history, to turn that into two slave owners and an oppressor of the Indian nations. What's in the cup, brother? I'll get there. And an oppressor of Indian nations. That is bizarro land for us. That is why we have to grow our own media, and that's why we have to have better conversations. They are doing it to sell advertising, man. They are encouraging that behavior to sell advertising. And guys, if we can step out of that circle, man, we're going to save the world. And it sounds like a big deal, and it sounds silly, and I sound crazy. I feel crazy when I say it, but that is a way for us to save the world. Step outside of that Coke versus Pepsi. They're Coke versus Pepsi. Bedford, this is your time, brother. Check this out. Coke versus Pepsi, man, back in the 80s, back in the 90s, they would pretend they were fighting so that they could build market share and crap on the greatest cola of all time, guys. RC Cola. They did it. They crapped on RC Cola. They did it deliberately, and they did it by crafting nonsense platitudes that made us fight. Tastes like freedom, brothers and sisters. I'm telling you right now, that's the bottom line. The libertarian cola of choice, RC, is the greatest cola of all time, period. Now, what's in the cup? I don't know. Maybe it's RC Cola. Maybe it's not. Yeah, where is John Elkins at? John Elkins is going to do a live with me, man. I'm going to keep after him until he does it, brother. And guys, if you check out Brazos County Libertarian Party on my page or their page, just for fun, man, Texas looks like the heart of liberty to upstate New Yorkers, but I bet you they have struggles that they'd share with us about how their governance is run and how their local governance is changing. And they probably want to fight statists just the way that we do. We need more transparency. Andrew, listen, man, you know I stand behind you. I stand with you, and I appreciate you showing up for these shows. You are correct. You are a great writer, and you need to stick with this, man. We were going to get you an important office, and hopefully it's this time around, but maybe it's next time around. And, buddy, one of the things that I want to point out, your campaigning, from what I've seen, from what I've observed, has already made the people you're campaigning against better at what they do. And will you be better than them when you get there? I think so. I'm advocating for you, and I will spend time trying to help you, man. Kennedy on Fox News. I don't even watch Fox News, man. I've given up on it, man. I'm not even kidding. I watch news. I watch Andrew Cuomo's news conferences, and guys, I'm just shocked by the stuff that he says, and I'm shocked by the stuff that he pulls, man. I don't know how people like that. We don't need leaders. We need servants, guys. And let me, if I got you right there, Emmy, my goal is to bring back the concept of service to our government and to our leadership that we elect. They're supposed to go there and serve us. And I think that we all know that they failed that. Pat Moxley Pat, thank you for joining the show. Thank you for making a comment. And guys, I have an expert on vitamin D. When it comes time, trust me, when the news cycle turns there, we as human beings, and Pat, I believe, is a Republican who loved Ola, and I don't blame her. Ola is epic. Okay. She is a good advocate for local politics. She was looking for local solutions, and she met us all, man. And she had no biases, no prejudices, no arrogance. She was having conversations with us. And guys, that's what's important. And yes, Pat, take vitamin D every day, man, because especially after a certain age, getting closer to my age, which I'm closer to your age than Bedford is. He's a kid, and we're all closer to Pat's age than Andrew is. He's even a bigger kid. So yes, guys, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to eat good. I said something profound. All right, I like that. I'm not sure what it was, but I'll probably get back to it. The news media are attention grabbers, and that is they're speaking to the lizard mind. They're speaking to our reactive fight or flight thing, and they're using that again, literally for millipennies, man. And guys, Pat can tell you, I can tell you, there was a time when the news was better than that. Okay, where it was not desperate for millipennies, that they existed to present us with news, that they had an ethical obligation to not editorialize every single piece of news that they ran across. And that's what they're doing now. They editorialize on purpose to make us upset. Okay. And again, it's for millipennies. It's because they're desperate, and it's because they're losing market share to clowns like me, guys, upstate clowns like me who are getting on a microphone and telling you guys the truth and telling us that we got to share our circle and telling us that we got to grow freedom, man. Love freedom. Yes, I'm not even going to say shit. Oh, no, I will. All right, brother. Love that free. Yes, brother, we do, man. We're doing the work, and it's great. And the work is fun, guys. Am I right about that? Give me a like, give me a share, give me a react. The work that we are doing is fun. The future is as bright as we let it be. It's the future is as bright as big as we can grow our circle. And so, guys, that's on us, man. I'm 54. I should have started in politics 10 years ago. I saw the direction it was going. I saw what they were doing to our future, man. And so I apologize. I apologize to my kids, and I apologize to their kids that I didn't start this sooner. Dr. Mark, guys, and that is the guy that I talk to, man. It's Dr. Mark Brayman. He is a friend of mine. He is a biochemistry professor at Syracuse University. From day one of the COVID crisis, we were looking for proof, because proof means different things to different people. Like, I can tell you guys to take vitamin D, that I can tell you guys to get out in the sun, and I can recommend that, and that's okay, all right? But a doctor, and my buddy Vic Scarmato will tell you that a doctor's and Dr. John Paul Sweet will tell you, and guys, I have friends that are doctors. I'm not even kidding. Vic, I went to school with. They will tell you that the concept of proof to them is different than the concept of me saying take vitamin D because it helps with COVID. It helps with all sorts of disease. It cured rickets, for Christ's sakes. I mean, it's a real thing. All right. I said the other day the government is a lawn sausage. You think you avoid it and get in the car, and then it's on the bottom of your shoe, man. And basically, let's point to that the government is omnipresent, omnipotent, but it is not omniscient, man. And by those three things, because it is not all knowing and never can be, because it cannot answer the demands of liberty. It cannot answer the demands of local human beings interacting with their friends and their family to make their lives better. It cannot answer that. All it can do is restrict it. And New York State is in the midst of it having been restricted for decades. Every stance we take, every move we make, we restrict liberty and personal interaction. Why? Because of virtue signaling paranoia. Guys, I'm saying it. I'm telling you right now, that's the reality. I'd love to chat. We could talk about the deep. When I talk about the government, we turn to fecal matter, guys. What's up with that? I love it, though. I mean, it's real. And this is with all due respect to guys that buy into the statist philosophy that we're winning something by winning an election that gets us a statist elected. And guys, as a libertarian right now, I'm telling you, every day you're going to hear me use the word statist. And do you know why? We need to desensitize it. When it comes out of our mouths as libertarians, when we say statist, it is the biggest insult, and we reserve it for those times where we don't actually want to hurt somebody, but we do want to make a point. The bottom line is if we grow our circles, if we have these conversations, the conversation about statist has to become part of our everyday language, okay? We have to be able to explain to people that the state does not provide solutions better than we do, okay? That respect, mutual respect for each other is more important than anything the state can provide, that the laws that the state provides, and not all of them, guys, there's violence and stuff like that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the personal interaction that we see going on, especially with this new executive existence where Andrew Cuomo gets to issue executive orders practically daily to pretend that he's making us safer. No matter what, he's not making us safer. What we want is the information that he has that he's not communicating correctly. Guys, it's available. We do our own research. We can make better decisions for our neighbors. So guys, when I wear a mask, I wear a mask when someone asks me to wear a mask when I go into a store. I'll wear a mask after I've been in a group of people, okay? And I go visit my mom, all right? I'm going to wear a mask when I do that, guys, because I respect her. She's healthy now. Why would I want to screw that up? So there's times when you wear a mask. All right, there's two Dr. Marks, Dr. Mark Brayman and then Dr. Mark Barreto, okay? Dr. Mark Barreto, everybody loves Dr. Mark Barreto. So I'm not sure which one you are talking about, maybe both of them, but these guys are both worthy of admiration, all of our respect, because they've done more work on these health subjects than we have. And so that's good. I'll give a shout out to Dr. Mark Barreto every single day of the week. I don't know if you guys saw the video between him and I, where he has such a great idea about how to handle the future of medicine in our area and how to punch a hole in what the insurance companies and the legislative law that no one has fixed, okay? Nobody has fixed Obamacare. Nobody has fixed the ACA. It hasn't been done. This guy locally is punching a hole in that concept, man. So yes, our Dr. Mark Barreto should be Surgeon General. Dr. Mark Brayman should be, I don't know, I'll come up with something for him, man. Dr. Sweet, we could put him on all those guys could be on my medical advisory board. And guys, when I'm going to write the 20 magic words that saves the world, all right, there are so many people that I'm going to ask for parts of it. Hamill, Bedford, Dayton, Barreto, Brayman, Dr. Sweet, Dr. Scarmetto, guys. I'm going to put, it's going to get to like 50,000 words, but we're going to save the world. But you got to get me elected first. On that note, getting me elected and spreading the word of liberty, I do, and it's uncomfortable for me. I have a couple of ideas. All right. One of the ideas that all of us in upstate New York need to do is we need to reach out to independents because they are already issue-based voters. They are already with the concept that we can solve problems by changing the dynamics of our politics. So one of the things I want to do, guys, is collect enough money to do a massive mailer, maybe 20 or 30,000 people, because in Senate District 51, there's 20 or 30,000 people that are not affiliated with a party. Those guys are libertarians. Those guys are conservatives, period. Okay. If the Democrat Party answered their needs, they would be Democrats. If the Green Party answered their needs, they would be Greens. They haven't been able to commit to the Republican Party or the Conservative Party or the Libertarian Party because they're kind of like wondering, let's help them decide that this is an important election. So to do that, guys, I need a few bucks. I need to collect, I don't know how much it's going to cost. I'm going to find somebody to help me with that. I was talking to Steve Minogue. He has some knowledge. Some of these guys may be able to help me figure out what this is going to cost, what the mechanics are of mailing this stuff out. But that is one of the things that I want to do. So to do that, I need some money. I've spent some money on this campaign. I've put in a lot of time, but I need help with that. All right. So I got to get better at asking for money. That's my attempt at getting better asking for money. And guys, $5, $10 doesn't matter. It will help spread the message. And if you've already given me money, don't give me any more. If you haven't given me money and you want to give me $5 or $10, I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it to good use. All right. The governor's official policy is so let it be written, so let it be done every time he makes a law. Yeah, Andrew, you're right on the money there. That's the bottom line. I'm going to work through some comments here, guys, because I enjoy the comments, and then I have a couple other things I want to talk about. Both Dr. Marks are awesome. They are, and that's one of the things about the Libertarian Party and my libertarian campaigning, and the people that I realize that there are awesome people out there that are ready to make the world a better place. But we've got to give them a chance. We got to let them know. We got to let everybody know that they're out there. That these are things that need to be emulated. Dr. Mark Barrett's program. First of all, he needs to fill it up. All right. So if you're in the Otsego area, if you're in our area and you think you can benefit, check out the dollars and cents. He doesn't want you to go broke. He wants you to figure out if his system works for you. You have unlimited access to a general practitioner for $100 a month. With the way spend downs are, the deductibles and copays are, I think it's going to make sense for a lot of people. A lot of people. People associate libertarianism with lawlessness and consider it risky, but the real risk is in voting for Democrats and the Diet Democrats with progressive spending and progressive policy. I'm going to assume Diet Democrats means Republicans who actually are statists. Does that make sense to you, Joe? And because I know my Republican friends and my conservative friends just ran across a train wreck that has to illustrate to them that the Republican Party itself, the party operatives make certain assumptions that do not serve anybody. And if you guys want to send a message, some of my friends have already done it, man. You can change the Libertarian, you can change back, man, and you can vote for whoever you want to in whatever election. But if you want to fire a shot across their prow, the Libertarian Party is here for you. And I bet you, if you trade and then decide to go back, we're going to pick up people. We're going to be able to come up with solutions. It's okay. And the younger guys that want a third party, why do you want to choose libertarianism? I'll answer that question as often and as regularly as I can. Okay. But why do you want to pick up libertarianism? Libertarianism is about individual rights. And guys, my conservative friends, I'm going to say something to you because I love you, not because I'm angry, not because I'm better than you, but sometimes you're going to hear me talk and I'm going to sound more liberal than a Democrat because individual rights are important. Things that get me, that sometimes I see my conservative friends worrying about, don't worry me because they're not important to me. What's more important to me is me and you making good agreements between ourselves, growing our economy, growing our opportunities, and working together to provide a better life for our kids. Period. The donate link, I think I pinned it to the top of my center page. As you guys know, I am not an expert technologically. Like I'm getting better, guys, and I work hard at getting better. I practice, I work on things, and I work on ways to make what I'm offering more interesting. Okay. Joe Keto, you must have came in late, brother. Check this out. All right. I'm going to riff off on this. I owe Joe some, this guy put up with me all day long. All right. We, like our search for liberty, guys, I have an analogy from today. All right. First, my buddy Joe and I go to Walmart. We're going to find RC Cola, bottom line, man, because Bedford and I came up and we came up with this analogy. So we go to Walmart and we look around and we check every corner, man. We check every corner in Walmart. We ask a guy, I'm looking for a Gadsden flag to put behind me and all sorts of cool stuff. I want to dress up my, my presenting platform. So we're looking for RC Cola and we can't find it at Walmart. And we can't find a Gadsden flag. And so then we go to Hannaford. Oh, in Bedford, you're going to love this. I literally called RC Cola today and told him I have the advertising opportunity of a lifetime, man. I'm not even kidding. And of course, whatever. Eventually, I had some live people, then they sent me to an answering machine because big corporations, even RC Cola, don't want to hear from us anymore, man. And so how do we fix that? I don't necessarily have an answer, but I'm going to try. All right. So we search Walmart, we search Hannaford, and these are local Oneonta area things, okay, guys? And then I go to the dollar store closest to my house, and guess what I found? The best cola out there, man. The third-party cola. And Pat, trust me, man, and why I'm talking to you specifically is I know you're a Republican, I know you're a conservative, and that's okay. I am not your enemy. You know I supported Ola And guys, I have an option for you. If you're mad enough to not vote for Kyle, I have someone that you're going to like. Trust me. All right. And I promise you that right from the start, man. And I've told my friends, I'm a libertarian and I'm looking to grow the Libertarian Party. But we are building bridges with people who believe in freedom. And that's what we're doing. And that's what we're going to do. And that's why the likes, the shares, the conversations, and the comments, which, guys, the comments are epic. And I'm hoping I'm doing my best to keep up with them, okay? We are the only party of less government. We are on an official party basis, okay? The Republicans say things like they're going to shrink the government, and they haven't, okay? The only guy that I remember as a Republican that really actually did things for individual rights and tried to shrink the government, and he's way before your time, Bedford, Ronald Reagan made an attempt. And I know his memory and his legacy has been literally bastardized by the Democrat Party, by the mainstream media talking trash about trickle down economics. Guys, I'm an economics guy. I'm an economics major. Every time you hear trickle down economics, understand that people are lying to you. Okay, they're manipulating you, because it was called supply side economics, and it was called supply side economics for a reason. The mission of supply side economics was to make the United States friendlier to businesses that would produce things in the United States. And this was after Carter and the malaise of the Carter years. And guys, Pat, tell these kids, man, Carter was probably as bad a president as Woodrow Wilson. He was depressive. He was depressing, and everything he talked about was negative. And he would fly around. Look, he's a nice guy. He's a humanitarian, and we can love humanitarians for being humanitarians. I got nothing against a guy based on his humanitarianism, but his politics and the way that he approaches politics is a train wreck. All right. And his governing, guys, it was not okay, man. Like, I don't know, what's that deputy dog sad sack kind of thing? That's how he ran the presidency, man. I'm not even kidding. And I was a kid and I couldn't stand it. I can remember sitting in the Oval Office with a freaking sweater on saying, you all need to turn down your thermostats to save energy. And it's like, come on, man. Find a better way to say it than that. That's all. Steve Minogue, yes, he is a good man. And we actually kind of had a little dust up in Facebook comments. And that's the other thing, guys. While we bring him up, when we get into our little Facebook clickety clackities, the written word sometimes doesn't work to communicate effectively. Okay. So remember that when you're having that conversation, because you think you're being nice, and you can read it afterwards, and you should read it afterwards and see if it still comes across as being nice. And if it doesn't come across as being nice, the way to further that conversation is to automatically continue that conversation and bring it back to say, look, that even to me right now, that doesn't sound good. Okay. And then you can restart the conversation with people. And that's a conversation we have to have. Rhino Party, guys, and my friends, my conservative friends, they're going to say they know exactly what you're talking about, Bedford. I bet you came here from the Republican Party. I bet you did. Less government is better for the people. It is. It's about freedom, man. We're literally at a point where it is about freedom. It's about freedom. It's about trusting each other. My brother Pat is in the house. Thank you, Pat, for making a comment. A democracy is always temporary in nature. It simply cannot exist as a permanent form of government. A democracy will continue to exist up until the time that voters discover that they can vote themselves. Is that Voltaire? Who said that? But yes, and that is also something that we see, guys. They literally are printing money out of the air all the way up and down everywhere. They're spending money that they don't have. They have no sense of personal responsibility. And now that has become a governing platform and platitude. And how do we fix it? I don't know. Because Pat, my brother, is saying we can't fix it. It's inevitable that it goes away. And I'd like to believe that that's not true. Okay. I'd like to believe that we can present our kids this moment in history and they can look back and be proud of us. Now, is it 100% possible? Is it possible that I'm wrong? Yeah. But am I going to put in the effort to see that it can be better? Also, yes. And will that effort be hopefully rewarded? Will that effort be as big as I can make it? Those two things are also yes. Just add the word party to that, Ryan, and you and I are going to be exactly on the same line, and Pat will agree with us. That Pat, my brother, and Pat Moxley, who was also here. Republicans and Democrats are all about more government intervention. Libertarians believe we the people are smarter than those who work for us. Those who work for us, and they should listen. Libertarians are the people. We are the people. Yeah, those who work for us, man. All right, say hi to your buddies. I love that, man. Oh God, Royal Clown. Nah, dude, it's the soda of liberty, man. I have some on ice right here. Stop talking about Cuomo. You're right. If I could ignore his existence, brother, I would. If I could ignore his existence, if I could ignore the fact that he actively triggers people into emotional responses, I would ignore that. But what's happening now, and guys, let's talk about the restaurant thing. And again, man, let's go to the specific deal. Locally, this is up towards Albany, guys. They have people taking pictures of people in restaurants without masks on. And then when they get that picture, government agents are going in and writing a ticket for $1,000. So if a person is at a table, they stand up, some government agent, who knows, government Karen outside with a camera, takes a picture, that tiny business, that micro business gets smacked with $1,000 ticket. If we can't do better than that, if we can't be better human beings than that, man, I'm going to open up a barbecue, an outdoor barbecue. You don't even have, come to it. You don't have to wear a mask. Social distance, guys. Go eat your chicken over on my lawn, 50 feet away from everybody else, and yell at each other and have conversations, because that's what it's about. I'm embarrassed by that stuff. If the law is you can go into a restaurant, eat a dinner, if you stand up without a mask, someone gets a picture, and you're this tiny micro mom and pop business gets $1,000 fine, because we're voting wrong, we're responding wrong, and we need to do better. Now, the way to do better, guys, I want to think it's me. You don't have to agree, but I think it's me. Freedom. My brother, Robert Force. Dude, I've been thinking about you all week. I am going to touch base with you. I have a project in mind, and I know I've mentioned it before, brother, but I have a project in mind for us, for me and you and Melania and a couple other people that you know. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe they'll call me back. Maybe they'll see this video, brother. You know, maybe they will. Oh, okay. You're young, but you're not that young. All right, brother. He grew peanut. Dude, yes, Pat. Let's joke about Jimmy Carter for a second, because he was a millionaire, billionaire. He was no peanut farmer, man. That was an image that they could sell us back then. They didn't have social media. We couldn't call them out on it. If they tried to sell us Jimmy Carter as a peanut farmer now, they wouldn't get away with it, man. He was landed. He was wealthy, and his generational family owned slaves, man. That's real. And guys, if I'm wrong, forgive me. Okay, maybe it's a joke. Maybe it was a bad joke. He was. Turn down the heat and wear a sweater. Do you remember that, man? We had like 2 channels, and Jimmy Carter was on one of them doing a fireside chat. He's telling us to turn down the heat, and he had a sweater on. It was a clown show. It was awful. It was so literally depressing. I thought that the world was going to end. I'm not even kidding. When I was a kid, I had anxiety, man. I had to grow out of it, and I blame Jimmy Carter. I'm not even joking. Fireside chats. Yes, Pat and Pat. Yes. This fireside chat thing, which, you know what, guys, if you guys elect me, we're going to have internet chats, and we're going to talk about situations where all of our elected representatives in New York State voted to give Andrew Cuomo this power. And now a certain party is denying the ability to rescind that power. And that is one party in particular. All right. So I'm going to give my Republican friends a +1 on this. One party is refusing to re-legislate the executive order that was given to Andrew Cuomo. And guys, I am embarrassed by that. These guys are making $100,000 a year plus a per diem. Get in there and fight this stuff out on our behalf. That's your job. You are supposed to serve the people regardless of you're supposed to represent your constituents regardless of your party, and they're not doing it. Okay, now they are crafting other kinds of legislation that's a bunch of stop it. All right, get back in there, do your job, and at least try to reel in Andrew Cuomo's executive orders. They were supposed to revisit that stuff after 30 days, and one particular party in particular didn't do it. All right, what's in Albany today? Street side dining, no one was wearing a mask except the waitress. Yes. I went up to Albany for my daughter's 16th birthday. And guys, I'm a little selfish. I wanted to point out that dining in a restaurant right now is epic. They have to limit how many people come in. The food comes out perfectly. Oh, all right. And the service is excellent. Okay, because it's new, it's exciting, it's a good time for restaurants because they're reopening and they want your business, and they're not overcrowded. So there's a little silver lining in the cloud that we're talking about, man. The drones are going to follow you, brother. I don't know exactly what that means, but you tell me, Robert. I like it. Oh, the drones. I do know what that means. I hope they don't, man. I hope they don't. Beer salesman. All right, Keto. That's too cryptic. Quoting Bear, tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom. Brother, if they take our lives, they took our freedom. Got bad news for you. Braveheart was wrong. I love you, though, Andrew. Keep at it. Trust me. I still have a sixer. All right. Again, Keto. RC Cole. All right. Go let the dog out. Yeah, she just had a little temper tantrum. Somebody must have been knocking at the door or something, but I was ignoring him. All right. Started as an 18 rack, though. All right. All right, guys. We're getting towards my 45 minutes, but I don't know. This went pretty good, man. So one of the things I saw on the Larry Sharpe show, and I always want to give Larry a shout out because number one, the cooperation in the Libertarian Party is incredible. You don't have walls and hoops to jump through where you've got to find the person to help you make a decision. Man, all right. You don't have walls and hoops to jump through where you want to make a decision and you need some counseling. Let's put it that way. Because Tony DeRazio, who you guys might have saw my video supporting him as the Libertarian National Party chair, in a way, luckily for New York State, he was unsuccessful, so he's still going to be here for us. But between Larry and Tony and myself, we knew that building a bridge to our conservative friends who liked Ola was the most important thing we could do, even though we don't necessarily agree or disagree on some of Ola's positions. I think that's something, that we can work on. Our disagreements are things that we can work on, that we can communicate with. Guys, I want some more comments. I want some more questions. So where was I going? Nuclear power, guys. Larry Sharpe did a show on it. If you get a chance, go to Larry Sharpe Libertarian and check out the show on nuclear power. He had an excellent advocate for nuclear power. I know that's a reactive thing that mentally we get scared when we talk about nuclear power. But nuclear power in the last 40 years has made a huge advancement. And there's possibilities to localize everything with nuclear power. That to me is an exciting time. And we live in an exciting time. And who's going to help make craft new policy, craft new legislation, and how do we save our communities and our friends? Guys, libertarians have the ideas. Our conservative friends have the ideas. We understand. Guys, I do. I like Ola, man. She's wicked smart. She's wicked bright. She wants to hang out in New York 19. She wants to help make New York 19 a better place. And I believe her. I don't think she's running a scam, man. And I don't want to knock the guy that won. To me, it looked like a little bit of malfeasance, okay? But they did kind of what the Democratic Party does. They went to densely populated urban areas, and they said, hey, vote for our guy. This is who we want. They did that, period. They took advantage of a population game. And Ola got, I think, outfoxed. Maybe there's some other things going on. Yeah, you do, Joe, sometimes. Sixer, a Billy Beer. Oh, do you really? I wonder what that'd be worth on eBay. And donate it to my campaign. My buddy Robert Force, you did. Okay. That's why you glow. You are glowing all over. Is Ola in the house? If you are, Ola, please say hello, man. Trust me, I am a fan and I appreciate your outreach. It was epic. You helped me, you helped you helped our friends realize that we're not being served appropriately by our government. And I got to tell you, man, you got some people so motivated, people that I'm impressed with, people that I care about, people that I like. And I've met them through my campaign. But thanks to you, I don't think I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. And I don't even know what we've done yet. We're figuring it out. But keep at it. Keep working. We're going to help you. You help me. Let's do this thing. Let's make the world a better place. Yes. Make an offer, man. We'll do some bidding. I'll just take a house rake off of it. Ballot stuffing by the GOP. Yeah, maybe. I don't want to make harsh allegations. What Ola told me is persuasive, and I believe her to be an honest broker. And I believe that the people that told her what they told her are also honor brokers. Like they're honest people, man. And so that's important to me. And so do I believe you guys? Do I believe in you guys? Yes. Fight the battle. Fight the battle if you want to fight it, man. That is fine with me. And if you need a mouthpiece and if you want to present more of the story, I will offer whatever I have to help you guys with that. Okay. Elections are popularity contests. That's why I'm doing this, man. I want to be popular. But we do want elections to be about policies. That's for sure. I keep having an idea pop in and out of my mind, and it's driving me nuts, guys. And I apologize because it's something I want to riff on, and then it goes away. Come on over, Ola, for sure, guys, for sure. We would welcome her. She's already an advocate for freedom, though. You know, even though we don't agree on everything, and our disagreements are minor. They're negotiable disagreements. They are. So again, guys, we're getting out to almost 50 minutes now. And the more the comments, that's fine. But guys, we did great tonight. If I know the second I end this broadcast, I'm going to think of what I wanted to say. So, oh my God, let me ask you guys this though. Did anybody see Andrew Cuomo's poster? Did you guys see that travesty? Like I, as you guys know, I stand against virtue signaling for virtue signaling's sake. And I see that poster that he crafted and is now selling to raise money for his campaign. And I know that we're not being served. I know that some other people besides me have to see that. And I'm hoping some of my Democratic friends see that for what it is, man. I don't know what that is. I don't know how that made it into the realm of politics. I don't know how that made it into our discussion about life. Like, how does a politician craft something like that and then sell it as a campaign thing? And how does he get to use his political office to sell that thing? It was yeah, guys, you saw it. My brother even saw it all the way out. And well, you will. I'll share it on my page, man. Andrew, my brother out in Colorado must have saw it. Where'd it go? Oh, where is it, man? There it is. It was a Cuomo victory lap. I think that's accurate and embarrassing, because if we were to look at the statistics that happened in New York State and put them up against any other locality in the world, guys, we made really, really bad decisions, and nobody's willing to hold this guy accountable. Not nobody. We're willing to hold him accountable, but there's enough people that won't hold him accountable, and the independents stay home. So we got to fix that. And guys, check this out. You've heard me talk about growing the circle, and I kind of am working towards the end of this. But one of the things that happened to me this week And coming up on Tuesday, I'm going to further this discussion. And Tuesday could be a big night for my campaign and for Otsego County and for Garrett Dumaine and the local 2A sanctuary. All right. I got something in the works. I hope it all comes together perfectly. But at the very least, Garrett Dumaine and I are going to go live. Garrett Dublinsky, Dumaine are going to go live Tuesday night talking about the Second Amendment and the goals of the Otsego Second Amendment sanctuary. All right. And how far they've come and what they're going to try to accomplish. All right. Regrettably, no, there's no regrettably, Andrew. Be glad you didn't see it. I'm not kidding. It was awful. Pat, be glad you didn't see it, guys, but I will show it to you. It's just be glad you didn't see it. So, guys, something else happened intro besides this Garrett Dumaine thing, okay? Guys, I talked to Garrett the other night. He's great. He's a good guy. And he's got a goal, and it's a local goal that we can try to implement. And it's going to take work because we know, Robert Forrest, Otsego County Board doesn't want to listen to stuff like this. They don't want to listen to the people, but we have a way we may be able to force them. So Tuesday night, Garrett Dublinsky Dumaine and I going to be live talking about the Otsego County Second Amendment Sanctuary, and we may have a special guest. Let me just put it that way. All right, I've reached out to a guy who literally puts his job and his career on the line to stand up for the Second Amendment in New York State. In New York State, this guy puts his job and career on the line to stand up for the Second Amendment in New York State. Okay? Joe, share that meme, brother. I'll put it up. I'll put it up on my personal page. I mean, I'll put it up on my political page, but whatever. So, guys, I keep getting to this point. On the Second Amendment page, one of the Second Amendment pages, I can't remember if it was 2A AYS or the Otsego County Sanctuary page, I met, and guys, you older folks that are here with me, you're going to remember people like this. There are Democrats that are pro-Second Amendment. They used to be vocal. Growing our circle of liberty, we have to help them be comfortable expressing themselves by doing shows like this, by having conversations with him. I friended him. I hope he's listening. I hope he likes my Senate page. And if he wants to, I will talk to that guy live. Like I talked to Todd Carrington, Todd the Bod, Christmas Carrington, that little Republican. Guys, he's a great golfer. Let's just send some warm thoughts his way because he's playing in the Delaware County Pro Amateur Open this weekend. Yeah, you don't got to see it, but you will see it. And guys, you're going to feel the same way I did. I know you are. Yeah, Bedford, I saw your little video there from Tendera. I played at that Tendera golf course a couple times. They used to have the American Legion tournament there. They probably still have it. I used to play a lot more golf when I had a better business going, and now I kind of got teenage kids that need me to run them around all the time, and I got a Senate campaign to run. So, yeah. So, guys, let's just reiterate. There are pro-Second Amendment Democrats. There are pro-individual rights, local government Democrats. And how do we make them comfortable talking to us? And you guys got to think about that. And I think about it all the time. And I felt lucky to find this guy. And they're out there. And so why aren't they talking? I think because they're in that situation where, all right, my friends don't want me to talk about this, and maybe I won't be as popular if I start talking about it, man. So let's help them feel comfortable talking to us. And how do we do that, man? We do that by having conversations. All right. And guys, so look, at about 55 minutes, which is what we're at, I think I got to kind of call it quits. I appreciate every single one of you guys being here tonight. I appreciate the people that didn't make any comments and they were still here. And check out Larry's Nuclear Power Show, and check out Larry and Ola, and check out me and Ola. Check out me and Victoria. Check out me and Thomas Daniel Quitter for Senate District 52. Guys, there's shows on my page that could be important, that we can have fun. And guys, if you know somebody that wants to be on my show, that they have an issue or a cause that they want to advance, especially in Senate District 51 or New York 19, let me know, because I want to reinvent the media, man. I want to help reinvent the media. And guys, I'm an old guy. There's going to be guys that are better at this than me. That's fine. Joe, you're probably going to be better at this than me. But bring your stuff to me. I'll share it. We'll get you restarted, man. or restart. I'm not exactly sure where you're at. I'm not trying to knock you, right? But we'll do the work, man. We'll have conversations. We'll grow our circle and keep growing, guys. Keep growing our circle. My buddy Joe works on himself and his understanding of everything every day. And that guy gets a lot of respect from me. Former paratrooper, former military guy, converted to the Libertarian Party, epic dude, talks to his neighbors, tries to figure things out, and it's good stuff. I appreciate it. And he helped me rebuild my little office here, man. It was awesome. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Happy Friday. Share this to your personal page. People will watch it in the morning, whatever, man. Thank you all for being here. Have a great night. If you can donate, if you can't share, if you just want to have a conversation, join in, man, and let me know. Thank you all very much. I love doing this, and I love doing this because you guys are here. All right. This wouldn't be fun if there was no one here. Period. All right, guys. There we go. Oh my God, a blast from the past, man. Thank you very much for mentioning that. I appreciate it. Good night, guys. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, I'm going to let the dog out. She needs a little exercise. Thank you all.